YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG. Hello, welcome everybody to another YouTube Tuesday with me, Jason, at Barnabas Junction. Hope you're all well during this stormy weather. How are you all doing with Storm Bara? Yes, as you can see, I'm not in the editing studio today, and yet again, I'm not in the loft. Just an update on last week. We did say that we weren't in the loft last week because the storm Aaron did affect, or however you want to pronounce it, did affect everything from last week regarding the loft. We did have some roof damage. That roof damage repairs have now been done, but it's still out of bounds for a few days. So we're down and now in the main broadcasting studio room, and yeah, it's Christmassy, as you can see, a lovely Christmas tree in the background. Excuse me. So I hope you are well. Again, we're here for this week for another kit build. So good evening to all of you joining me for this. And first of all, I'm going to be doing the usual. We're going to get on with the channel memberships. So thank you to everybody that is a channel member for joining me. Thank you for supporting the channel in however way you can do. Please do check out these channels. Links to all their channels do support the Barnabas Junction and YouTube Tuesday show every week. Their links to their channels are in the description. So huge thank you to everybody that is a channel member, helping to support the channel in every way it does, to bring it to you every single week with all these kits and prizes for competitions, and a little bit on the competition because I didn't mention it last week. That is coming very soon. So yes, huge thank you to every single one of you. If your name is in that list, thank you very much, and for being here again this week. I hope you, if you want to support the channel, then please do. The links are in the description on how you can support the channel. There are various ways to do so. Channel memberships, also donations via the PayPal as well for the channel. You can do many ways, and there are other ways coming very soon as well. So keep an eye out on the channel for further ways to support it in any way you can. There are perks for being a channel member, and they're available once you do become a YouTube channel member, and also exceptional other stuff that is due to be for the channel very soon as well. You also get exclusive access to the excuse me, to the channel members Facebook group, where I have got something in the planning. Nobody knows about what's coming, but it will be in the plan. It will be for you channel members very soon, so we'll look out for that in the channel membership group. So huge thank you to everybody that's joining me this evening. Let's have a look at the chat. So good evening to Mark of Hemel Down Model Railway, Finnerton Central Digger is in, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. Good evening. No worries about being here last week. I know you were busy with another live stream. Flymo's in, my godsend of a moderator. He'll be doing some fabulous work this week. I know he will, as always. March West Junction TMD is in. Good evening to you. Who else have we got in? Arthur Humphreys. Hello, Jason, and everyone. He says hello to you, Arthur. Mike Pringle is in. Good evening to you, sir. Owen's Model Railways. Hello, Owen. How are you, my friend? DRS68. Shalom, peoples. Oh, great to see you in again. And I wonder where you are positioned. Are you up north at the moment? And fingers crossed the weather isn't too bad if you are up there. Timber is in. Great to see you, Timber, as well. Moreland Model Railway, Andy, good evening to you. Eagle Creek Ben, hello, thank you for joining us. Just going through, catching up with who's in. Clive Cabold, good evening, Clive. Howard Prophet, good evening. Jason and everyone are back in the kitchen. He's washing up again, cleaning the dishes. Good man, and great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Who else have we got in that I've not mentioned yet? Just going through. Anybody else coming in? Thank you very much, GRS68, for the very generous donation, £1.79. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you are well. So yes, we're here for another kit build, and we're going to fire off straight away with a channel shout out. Now, I haven't prepared for any channel shout outs this week. We do have the modeller's moment that is sorted and ready to fire up a little later on. So let's have a look at who is in the chat and have a look at who we can give a shout out for this evening. Rightio, we're scanning back through to everybody that has been in. And as always, my moderators will be doing the links for everybody to check in. Just looking through. Flymo says, join the Barnabas Junction channel from 99p per month to get access to live chat perks and exclusive content below. Thank you very much, Flymo, for posting that. You are a gem, as always. Owen is saying, anyone ever exhibited a layout before? I'm building my first exhibition layout, and I'm not entirely sure how exactly to get in. Well, I would like to know myself as well. So if anybody does know, that would be an interesting question. Andrew Sartorius, thank you for joining us. Evening all. Hope you are all well. I am, my friend, and I hope you are too. Right, so I think I've chosen today's, excuse me, DRS68. Right, folks, I'm bugging around. I have to work. Got to go and do it, I'm afraid. Oh, it's great to see you, even though you've only been here for a short while. But thank you very much for dropping in and saying hello. And again, thank you very much for that very generous donation. It's you don't have to, but it's very much appreciated to help towards producing the content for the channel. Flint Hills, Jeff is in. Hope you're all well, he says. Yes, we are. Thank you very much. So my first shout out today is going to be going to the first shout out today is going to be going to, and I've just lost who it was. I did work out. Yes, there we are. I've just remembered who it was. The first shout out is going to, now remember, if you've had a shout out before in previous services, you are eligible for another shout out in a new series. And that is somebody who has had a shout out some time ago, but I wish to do it again. And that is going to, drumroll, Digger Evans Model Railway. Digger Evans, you are tonight's first shout out, coming courtesy of being in the chat tonight. Great to see you. You were one of the first people in the chat, so it was great to see you in the chat before even the show started. So yes, Digger Evans Model Railway is tonight's first shout out. Remember, if you do not subscribe, please do. If you like the content that Digger does give out, He's been doing a lot of kit building recently and a lot of work on the layout. So great stuff, and it's great to have you here, Digger. You're well worthy of a shout out when you do subscribe to a channel, no matter if it's one you're already subscribed to or a new one you come across. Please do hit the bell, select the all bell on the top of the notifications, and also interact with that channel either by giving the video some thumbs up, just like on this one, please do, and also commenting on their videos, letting them know what you think about their production and how their model railway is going along. Yes, and also mention if you are subscribing that you've heard about him here on tonight's show. So yes, Digger Evans is very much appreciated. Off the first shout out for today. Just looking down at my other screen there to keep an eye out on the chat. Just spotted someone saying hello to Jeff. Yes, that's saying hello to Jeff of Phillip Hills Model Railway. That is Mark saying DRS68, another very generous donation of $4.49. Not to annoy you, Jason, but I'm taking 2 68s to Inverness with the independent snowplows for standby duty. Fantastic. Digger, sorry, DRS68, please, if you can get in touch with me, I'd love to see some photographs or maybe some videos of you in action operating those. I would be absolutely drooling over them if you can get in touch with me. If you want to, send them to me via email at BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. Fantastic stuff. You stay safe, my friend. Be careful out there. I know the weather has been quite treacherous up in the Scottish Highlands, but yes, 268s up to Inverness. You really know how to make me feel jealous. Well done. Excellent stuff. If you can do, let us know what fleet number is still going to be. That'd be an interesting stuff as well. But it sounds absolutely incredible. I'm really, really jealous of you. So thank you very much indeed. Right. I do have the desk cam here set up at the side. You can just see it on the edge here. So I'm going to flick over to desk cam, and we're going to get, first of all, I'm going to show you something I got with my, some birthday money I had from a local model hobby shop. So let's bring up the desk cam. There we go. So what I'll do is I'm going to put it into that mode. There we go. Get a wider screen. So just popped into the local hobby craft store because every month, I wish it was every month, every year, I do get a birthday voucher from them, and I just it wasn't particularly anything I was after. So I just spotted that they had a load of Humbrol paints on special offer. So with my £5 birthday voucher from Hobbycraft, I grabbed myself a number of paints from them, a couple of enamels and one acrylic. Matte 82, it's a bit dark there for you, Matte 31 and Matte 247 acrylic. So a few paints just to grab for birthday voucher from Hobbycraft. Thank you very much, Hobbycraft. I'll put them to one side. Now taking you to also, last week we did the scale model scenery racking, and I did finish them off later on the show. If anyone's seen on social media, I did post pictures of the finished racks, and I am exceptionally pleased with them. That lighting is not very good, is it? Let me just see if I can position that in a better place. There we go. So, and I'll bring the camera to there as well. There we go. So I did finish off the racking last week. Here they are all done. They're awaiting now to be sprayed up. And the reason why I've not done them yet is because I want to do the spraying up of them with this same kit, with the same spray. Let's have a look. Very generous. Being denumbered currently as they're going into another livery. So they're two boring blue ones. Are they going into that new NTS livery? I think it is. I bet. Just 10 payday days until payday. I'll be buying plenty of SMS kits. All right. Excellent stuff, Owen. Right, so let me put them to one side. Let's get cracking then with this. So it is the relay box equipment and cabinet platforms. It's the LX148 in 00 gauge scale. We're going to be having a look at these. I've never done these before, and I have got a kit maybe also to look at from another company coming very soon. So let's get this open and let's get cracking. Yes, NTS livery, that was right. Oh, right, 68006 at where Thornby. Oh, cool. Leslie Gilpin's in. Now, this does look rather intricate, but I'm hoping it won't be too intricate. One set of instructions. We certainly do need to be looking at those. As for the glue, I've been able to maintain it not blocking up. Gave that a good clean out afterwards. So this does look rather fiddly. Oh, I like the texture of that. That's good. That does look good. I want that kit too. Do the boxes come in the kit too? No, it's just literally the platform. So you can see that that is the kit out. It is just the platform. So the kit, the cabinets do come separately, and are available from various manufacturers, but they all will fit into this kit. Right. So let's get bashing. Let's have a look. Relay box and equipment cabinet platform assembly. A large platform is shown in the description of the instructions. DRS68, again, another such generous donation. They're talking about naming one Peter after my dad. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, I tell you what, I bet you'll be absolutely honoured if that does become the case. And I would look out for that for definite in future months if it ever comes down our neck of the woods. Fantastic stuff. But again, thank you very much for the very generous donation. But yeah, that's an absolute massive honour. Indeed it is. Right. All platforms are constructed in the same way and all parts are keyed, so they will only fit on the correct base plate, according to this. The exact configuration of each platform, however, is up to you. Feel free to trim sections and kit bash parts to suit your requirements. Dry assembly of all components is recommended prior to gluing. Then obviously run the bead of glue around the underside of the base plate to glue the sides in place. Then use a small drop of glue to fix all the railing tops into place for the steps stand, the stair rises in the slots at the bottom of the laser board sheet. Then glue the steps into place, trim steps to sides before gluing into place the side of the platform. For the legs, simply cut out 8 of the long rectangular leg sections and glue together in pairs. Then glue into place on the platform, on the base of the platform as shown. Right. So it doesn't actually say in any particular order, but what we're going to do is we're going to go straight on with what's showing in the picture on this instructions just here. So we'll go with the main big one. I'm going to bring up the kit area now to be solo on screen. There we go. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm just going to rotate that so it's not so I'm frightened of knocking the arm with my arm. Right, so let's have a look. Where are these attached to start with? I can clicking, so I must be cutting through the right places. There's one thing I have noticed with these, and I'll show you that in a moment. Something to be wary of. Is that coming out? Yes, it is. There we go. So there's the base. Now with the base, can you see the bits that have come off? The bits do have come off quite easily. See if I can get a better light on that. So it's something to be cautious of. You know what? It might actually be better if I'm just going to switch position of this camera. That's better. And you can see where my iPad is as well. So I'm putting the camera now under the light. So when I show it to the light, you can see better. So there we go. It's a bit bright, that is. So as you can see, still not working very well. There we go. You can see some of the bits have come off, but that could be showing as wear and tear. Rightio. Let's put the instructions out over there. Right, so what else do we need? We need the railings. So obviously it's the big kit, so we need the big railings. You can hear the clicking as they're releasing. See any more? Yeah, there's another one. I think there's going to be another one there. Yeah, that's to release that one. Let's do the other one as well. That should have released that. Yeah, there we go. There's two. And we need, which pieces now? We need the longer ones. These ones here. I can actually see the connection points in them, and there's three on the bottom. There we go. Oh, it's popped out. That's them. Let's have a quick look at the picture. Rightio, so we need a narrow one as well for the step area. And there's three, so that's three for each cabinet. Come on, release. Oh, there we go. So we don't need one of those actually, so I'll put that to one side. Right. So let's dry fit as instructed to start with, making sure it all fits together. There's one piece. Yep. And quite fiddly to keep it together during dry fit. But yeah, that's going together all right. I think we're quite happy with that. I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to start applying glue, because literally that good fit, loose fit, that literally will just come off. Okay, give that a shake. Checking on the chat. Okay, right. Yes, delicate. Digger says yes. They finish is delicate until it gets a coat of paint. Yeah, indeed. Hope you'll be okay. I don't know why I'm scrolling on there. Oh, someone's talking about hangovers. Oh dear. Right, so I think what we're better off doing is applying a bead of glue along the bottom of that, and then offering up the sections to it. Literally just a dab of the glue, spreading it out. So we don't want to over glue, basically drowning it. And if we offer that up now, and I'll look to see how much, and we'll let that set. Well, that's setting in place. Okay, and again, we'll do the same with these. So, ooh, that might be a bit too much. Bear in mind, these still are fragile. They are very fragile. And I've got something to show you while we wait for that to dry. So I think I've actually, no, that's okay. I can put it that way around. That's good. And again, the larger one. Along the edge, just spreading it about. So let's place that in, put that in place, and allow that to dry. Very fragile. What I'm going to do is actually turn that over. So it's got It's weighing it down on itself. So we'll just let that set. And what I want to show you is another kit that I've got my hands on this week is for the TMD. And these are scale model scenery. Better show you that one. Both the same kit, 2 of them. These are for the TMD. Chain link security fencing. Builds of 100 centimeters of fencing plus 2 personnel and 2 large gates. LX007-00-A crank top posts. Now, before I build these, because I know these are going to be exceptionally fiddly, I am going to spray all the posts and gates first before I start applying anything. But yes, 2 kits and 100 centimeters of each. So you've got gives you an idea of how fiddly these are going to be to construct. Is anybody else out there actually built these kits? That is something I'd be interested in hearing about. But this is going to be something that's going to be a bit too fiddly to do on a live stream, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, chain link security fencing, that is going to be a lot of fun. Maybe do some of it, but I'm going to, like I say, the posts and everything, this is something I will have to do before applying the meshing, because obviously I can't spray it after I've applied the meshing. So when these kits and obviously these that were built last week get sprayed up, I'll be spraying this while they're still on the sprues in the corresponding color that we're going to be using for production. And hopefully in the next week these kits will be sprayed up and we'll be looking at putting them onto the TMD. I'm going to look at where they're going and how much of this I really am, because I think I even going to need some more than these 2 packs, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping those 2 packs will be enough to cover it. Let's have a look at who is in chat right now then and what everybody's saying. Main Train Mini, that's a new name. Good evening. LNER 1946, good evening to you. Northern Rails 44, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. So Main Train Mini, not Main Train Interport, we've got a new channel. Wow. Simon the Model Railway Enthusiastic 83 is in. Good evening to you. Oswestry Road TMD, good evening to you. Did spot you a little earlier. Sorry for not saying. Route 7 Railway, Steve, good evening to you also for joining us tonight. Is that metal mesh, Jason? No, it's actually material. I suppose women, it's like fish tight stockings material. Let me just see if I can, I'll take one out actually just to show you. I'm not saying I know what fishnet stockings look like, but it is some meshing, quite a lot of it actually. Yeah, there's quite a lot there. You can't really, doesn't really show up that well on the camera, so I'd say there's about 2 foot of it there. Very fine. Obviously, if I double it up multiple times, you can see it a bit clearer. It's nylon meshing, that is, and it does come with the wire for doing the tops, which I do know from Dave over at Dean Park. I think he attempted to build these and he said they were exceptionally fiddly, very fiddly, but the result is incredible. Rightio, it is Mark. His daughter's messed him up, but yeah, it is Mark. Well, great to see you here, Mark. Thanks for contacting me the other day, but all the best for you. My thoughts are with you for the coming month. Everyone's saying hello, chatting amongst each other. Great little community all of you are. Do love you all being here and chatting amongst yourselves. Right, let's see how this is doing. Right, so that is stuck. I'm thinking because the sides are a bit loose, especially this side. This side is not quite gone on straight. Not sure. Oh, right, I see why. It's because it's not actually gone on. There we go. So what I might do, see how it opens up there? I might just put a dab of glue just to hold that in place together amongst there. So let's see if we can get a bit of dab in there. Not too much, because literally don't want glue going all over the place, and I'll spread that about just so that it's a bit wet. I'll hold that in place for a moment. Right, set, and we'll do the same on the other sides as well. Just a small amount. Spread that about, and I think we'll do it on there as well. That should hold all that in place. I can see it drying in front of my eyes. That one's starting to hold in place. So there's the first decking area done. We've got to add the steps and everything to that. So what we're going to do now is we'll have a go at the steps. Now, I've built the steps for their what are they called? Platform access steps. I've done them. They were exceptionally fiddly, but they looked really, really good. So let's have a look at doing some steps. Right. Let's release all these. Just held in on one side, trying to not damage the checker plate. That's what I was trying to say. The checker plate. They are very tiny. There's that. So now we need the side beams. Oh, there's one. Hoping that's just the only things holding them in. Yeah, they've dropped out. I'm not seeing anything else that's actually needed. Let me just have a quick look. Yes, it literally is just the sides, like so. And then the steps slot in accordingly. Now, which way do they go is the question. I would say they go in like that. So I think this might be better to apply one step at a time. One step beyond. Reminds me of a record. Just smear the glue around and literally hold that in place while it sets. There we go. Setting. Looking at chat, I've resorted to using plastistrut steps rather than building them from a kit. I have got quite a bit of that actually, and that is something else that I'm going to be looking at doing in the coming months. Is I bought plastistrut for around the station area, and I need to get that in. Well, I've got to spray that up beforehand. Just seen Effingham. Evening all, he says. Evening to you. Thanks for joining. Rightio. Okay, Mark. Good luck. One good tune, one step beyond. Yes. So I'm going to actually don't try not put too much. It's bubbly. It's going too much, that is. So I'm going to actually scrape some of that off. I know it dries clear, but we don't want too much. Try and get these in. These are, I totally agree, these are fiddly. The other one's just pushed out. These are, I'll totally agree, these are very fiddly. Let me place that down. The checker is coming off them. Probably be good to use a pair of tweezers, but at the same time, I'm not sure whether the tweezers would be good enough to use. So I think these are that delicate. Even these steps are that fragile. These are exceptionally fragile. These are definitely more fragile than the access steps that the other kit uses. I am finding this extremely difficult. Exceptionally difficult. Getting them in is turning out to be rather difficult. There's probably a much easier way to do this than what I'm doing. Just need a dab more glue on there. Come on, off you come. It's stuck. Right. Level them all up. So we've got all the steps on. The fun bit is going to be trying to get the other side on. Right. So which way does that go? It doesn't go that way. It goes that way. So I need to glue that side. Now then, wish me luck, as this is going to be very difficult. I can see it already. Let me get my small screwdriver just to manipulate these into position. Trying to not get my own hand in the light, which I am doing. The thing about doing these is you don't know whether you're doing it right until you actually do it for the first time. And doing it live can be very, very nerve-wracking as well. So, got one in. I'm just going to have to go up close to my face now so I can see them. We've got two in. This is very difficult. A lot more difficult than I was anticipating, to be honest. They are going in. Slowly but surely. No, they've just come out because the thing got stuck to my hand. So it might be a factor of waiting. I might have to wait for these to set a bit more. They are coming out as I'm trying to adjust them to fit into the opposite one. What another thing that might have been easier to do is get the top and the bottom one in only to create a rigid frame, which I think I'm going to have to do. So yeah, I'm going to recommend just do the top and the bottom one to create a rigid frame. So let's try that. Put some glue on there. Oh, wrong way around. I need to get this the right way around. Still spinning round. Which way around does it go? Not that way, not that way. Not that way. Which way around does it go? I've just had it the right way around. There we go. No, that's not right. Or is it? Yes, it's right. I've got it right. Oop. And I've just dropped it. Now I haven't got it right. Now I've got it right. Right. Do you know what? I think we're going to have to use the hands. Third hands. Hey, got it on. So yeah, recommend when building these, create your box frame first. As putting them all in, like I attempted to do, does not work straight away. So I'm just going to apply a bit of glue underneath each step. I'll just clean that off. There we go. Just to make sure they hold it in place. Take that off now. So we'll just wait for that to dry. Let's place that down. Right. Let's have a look at chat. You need to, the wife's in. You need to use my fine DPNs to press them down so it's not sticking to your fingers. DPNs? What DPNs? St. Mary's Church Model Railway, good evening to you, dropping in. Wife saying hello to everybody. Oh, right, double knitting needles, yes. Yes, good idea, actually. I just clicked what you meant then. Hey, main train Eastport, he's logged in. Gonna kill my daughter, beat her with my bad arm. She's unsubbed most of my chat. Oh, and replaced it all with her stuff. Oh, Mark. Flymo says, I've just had the girder bridge kit out. Just got paint together. Being laser cut MDF, I need to paint and finish them to look like proper girders. No. However, if that's what you wish to do and you think that's the best way, then go for it. Scrolling back through the chat, having a look. Yeah, that Sax Solo just opened up Finneton Central on scrolling down. So I think it's time for the next shout out today is going to gentleman, the layout name that's actually in the chat. And what I actually had thought about this layout to give it a shout out. It has had a shout out before, like I say, it can do again in the future, but it goes to someone that's in the chat again tonight. And they are, I'll just try and find their full title so we don't miss out on it. Where have they gone? I've just been scrolling through and actually seeing there they are. Right, so shout out goes to St. Mary's Model Railway. Is it St. Mary's Road or St. Mary's Road? St Mary's Church Model Railway. That you are tonight's second shout out. Thank you for being here in the chat this evening. Remember, when you do subscribe to a channel, if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, Mark's got a lot of subscribing to channels to do today. So if you see a subscription from Mark, it might not necessarily be because he wasn't subscribed to you before. It's because his daughter's unsubscribed you from everybody. So yes, do it over at St Mary's Church Model Railway. You are shout out number 2. If you are not subscribed to this channel, then I highly recommend you do. Please do click on the bell for all notifications at the top one, and interact with the channel to maintain your subscription. Otherwise, YouTube or Mark's daughter will unsubscribe you from the channel. Sorry, Mark, I had to get that one in. But yes, St Mary's Church Model Railway is shout out number 2. Yeah, wow, your daughter is a little tinker, says Digger to Mark of Main Train. St Mary's Church Model Railway saying many thanks. Indeed, many thanks to you also for being here and enjoying the streams. When you do subscribe, please do comment on some of their latest videos to interact with their channel. Give them plenty of thumbs up on their content if you do like it. Also, just like thumbs up this channel and its videos like this one today, this live stream. Please do give us some thumbs up. Right, how is that doing? Yeah, that's set. Right. So I'm going to use that jig again, actually, just to hold it in place, because this might actually find it easier to put these other steps in. But what I'm going to do, if I can get this to position properly, I want to get the steps themselves clamped. There we go. Let's turn that. Right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to slot these in. Hopefully they'll slot in. There's my little screwdriver gone. There it is. Just hoping that these will slot in without any issues. One's in. This might have actually gone together a little bit better if I'd have done them not pre-glued earlier. That one's a bit tight. Let that one fall out. I'll grab another one. This I will say that these checker plates are definitely flaking off. But I'll add to the touch when it comes to painting them up. They are actually going together much better now. So yeah, definitely recommend box them in top and bottom before adding the remainder. I've just got to find, I've got 2 more to go in. There's one. Where's the other one? There it is. Not funny, Jason. Just resubbed. Thanks, pal. So these little checker things, these checker sections are so fragile. It's like wafer thin. They are wafer thin. And they're all in. There's one that's a little bit off shape. I think it's in now. So they're all in. Let's just rotate that round so you can see them all. They're all in. As you can see the bits, the checker that's coming off them. Just wait for that to focus. You can see the bits, the checker that's come off them. There we go. But it's not a problem, because once they're sprayed up, you won't notice them anyway. So let's apply some glue to each step now, and then let them dry. And we'll apply the glue underneath because you won't see. Just literally letting it feed off the nozzle to stick them down. Yeah, I'm just going to apply a drop more to the bottom and top one. So we'll just leave that to set. I'll leave you to watch glue dry. Not paint, glue. You can watch the glue dry. It's harmless, really, isn't it? So let's have a look. Good afternoon. The train freak is in. Good evening, afternoon, my friend. From one Jason to another. Main training spot. Still sub to you, Andy. My daughter must have liked your content. Excellent stuff. Oh, you got your work cut out there, Mark. Looking back through other chats, and I'm just, while I am looking at other channels for the third and final shout out. So we will keep an eye on things. Let's make sure the end of that is clear. What we'll do is, well, let's have a look at this. That is set solid. Yeah, that is quite sturdy, to be honest. Although that is quite fragile, that is actually glued rather solid, especially by adding the bit of glue on each of the sections in the corner. That is, I would say, recommended. We could also add a bit more glue around the bottom, but I won't want to do that yet because we've got to add the legs. So that will be the next step while we wait for that to dry. So the steps are literally, I'll just use my pointer. These are what I use as the legs. Now you can probably cut these down to whatever length you want. So if you were doing, maybe you were sitting this on a hillside at an angle, you'd do the ones at the front track side a little bit longer than the ones that are at the back, that may even have any at the back. So I would recommend putting them all on full length to start with, and then trim them down afterwards with a pair of snips to your desired height, wherever you may be wanting to put them. So let's just move that over to one side. Right, so apparently there is enough. Let me just check. For the legs, simply cut out 8 of the long rectangular leg sections and glue together in pairs. Then glue into place on the base of the platform as shown, which is, you can see there in that picture just there. That's obviously showing on just the square single platform. Right, so let's get 4 of these legs knocked out of here. Try and find the attachments. And there's one, and there is only one attachment on each of these legs. And we need 4. Just making sure I don't lose them. Okay, they're all off. So let's pair them up. We should have 4 pairs of 2. And it says just apply a small bead of glue down and join together into pairs. Simple as that. Simple as that. So we'll just spread the glue about There's one leg. Oh, we've lost the other camera. Something went wrong. We've lost the main camera, but there's one of the legs. Let me have a look at bringing that back on. Not sure what happened there. We'll bring that back in a moment. In the meantime, we'll carry on. It's coming back. Drop connection. I'm noticing that this is getting blocked up. So trying to keep the nozzle clean. There we go, it's back in. Here we go, back to that. Why have I got that on? Shouldn't have that. There we go, it's gone. Add to stream. There we go. We brought that back. Back to the desk cam. Just keeping an eye out now for in preparations for shout out number 3. If anybody that is tuning in each week have any channels that they know of who think they deserve a shout out on the show, then please do get in touch with me. So I can feature them. Obviously, we do 3 average a week. Nice Christmas tree. You saw it. Yes, I'll bring that camera back up. Yes, we're in the main studio room today. So we'll just let them dry. Make sure they're all level. Yeah, so there's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sticking to my fingers. So there's the 4. Just let them set for a moment while we have a look at the chat. Let's bring up the other camera actually. So yes, Christmas tree. Helps if I turn the light off. There you go. Yes, we've got the Christmas tree. There's desk cam. Christmas tree. It's getting Christmassy here. It's studios. Let's bring that back in. Actually, that's a bit better. It's not as bright. All right, so let's go like that. So you get me as well. So let's have a look what people are saying in the chat. A catastrophe over. Oh, I don't even say there. Crikey. The camera stalled, Jason. We're seeing you from the other way. Yes, thanks. Cheers. Don't know why it went off. No idea, to be honest. Cool looking tree, thank you. That isn't that's the studio tree, that is. We do have decorations up above as well. Got decorations up in the studio, and studio microphones. They're all tinseled up with hats on. Look, hey! So yes, very Christmassy here in the radio studio, as we call it. I love the tree. Thank you very much. Nice and bright. It is actually a multifunction tree. But well, if you have it on multifunction, well, the camera goes all funny. So I've not been able to put it on it. So I've got all 6 of my videos backed up twice. Good man. Looks a bit like the North Star. Jason is no. But yeah, let me tilt that back down a bit. Excuse me. I need a drink. Talking of drinks, getting the old Christmas spirit going. Pink cooch. I know there's a few of you have been wanting to see the pink cooch, and I've got some. I struggled to get hold of any. Right, steps are drying nicely. Yes, let's have a look. Yeah, they're drying nicely, just spreading a bit of the bigger blob of glue there. There was quite a big blob there. Let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, they're looking okay. You just see a big blob of glue there, actually. Yeah, I'll sort that out. Right, let's get back to main desk cam. Right, so we've got the steps, we've got the legs, we've got the platform. Let's get the platform stuck on legs, on the platform, should I say. So presumably, as it doesn't say, these just literally glue in like so. So let's see if they will hold. Now I already know where this is going, and I do need all the long legs for this particular long one. There might be a slight trim on one of them. So I'm putting some quite big blobs on these because I want these to really hold in place. I think what it might recommend, and I might put this to Justin, is in the corners of each corner of the plates, maybe leaving a section cut out so that these legs, when they're done, can literally slot in, and it'll give it a bit more rigidity to them. So maybe a suggestion to put over to Justin over at Scale Model Scenery. He does the majority of the kit designs. So they're on. Just check they're all straight. Just that one is slightly out of line. There we go. So that's the legs on. Just move that so it's not in your way. There we go. So they're all glued on. We'll leave them to set for a moment. I'm just going to. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that actually. So yeah, that's the main. They're built all the same. So in here, as shown on the leaflets, we do have the large one which we've done, which doesn't have to have legs, but you can have legs. I want the legs for this one. That's showing the legs on the square one, but there's plenty of legs on these sprues to put legs on every single one. So I will probably be having legs on that one and that one as well. The little one, I might do half legs on that one because where that wants to go, it just needs to be raised up only a fraction. But definitely I need the longer legs on these two platforms. Is there only one? No, there's 3 sets of steps as well. So you can have steps for each of the platforms, and probably that one I'll do the steps for as well, but not the little one. Or I may do a small step, maybe half or just a couple of the steps going up. So you can trim them down to whatever desired height that you want to have them. As they're all adjustable, and let's say kit bashed to your own sizes, dimensions that you want. So yeah, great little kit. Let's say with the remainder, I will crack on with the remainder at a later date. We'll get that attached. I think we safe enough to release. Is it strong, sturdy enough? That's pretty solid. That is now. How are we doing on the legs? Are they setting? Yeah, they're setting. So we'll just wait a bit longer on the legs. And while we're doing so, I think we'll do our third and final shout out for this week. And yes, the third and final shout out for this week is going to third and final shout out this week is going to, let me just bring that off so you can. So yes, third and final shout out this week is going to Over the Pond. It's going to Jason, from one Jason to another. It's going to Jason the Train Freak. Great channel. He's just had a massive boost in his subscribers actually, and he's just done his 900 subscriber competition. Fantastic stuff. And if you do like bingo, blackout bring, all that sort of stuff. It's how he does his competitions. You'll really enjoy that. But he's closing on his 1,000. So what we're going to do is we want to try and give him that little bit of a shove towards his 1,000 subscriber mark. So yes, the Train Freak Train Freak Jason, you are tonight's third and final shout out on the show from over the pond. If you like your American, Canadian, all that sort of stuff, railroading, that is definitely a channel to be checking out. Even in fact, it's a channel to take out even if you don't do American trains, because he does do a lot of fantastic scenery building, and obviously I followed a lot of his stuff. It is really good, and I've taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of his scenic work he has been doing. So yes, Jason Train Freak, you are tonight's third and final shout out on the show tonight. Please do, if you like what you see, check him out. Do subscribe to the channel if you like what you do see, and give it some thumbs up, give the video some thumbs up, and click the bell for all future notifications. Make sure you do interact with that channel to maintain your subscription. That's 3 shout outs already done and dusted. We've still got Modeller's Moment coming up, and it's a corker this week. Don't go anywhere. We will be enjoying this one. Model Railway, Andy saying, yeah, nice layout it is. Yeah, indeed. St. Mary's Stuart saying, already subbed, good stuff. Well deserved, Mark says. Fantastic stuff. Yes, looking good, Jason. Thank you very much. Yeah. Mind you, the American railroads are growing on me a bit thanks to Ken Patterson. Yeah, he does. He's just neat. What's neat this week? Yes, American railroads, they're very interesting. They're very much the same as us here in the UK. It's literally just the trains that are different and the building designs, but the same techniques, the same skills, the same modeling. It's all crosses over no matter where we are in the world. And that goes for other ones as well. Right, so let's get the steps added onto here. So let's take you back into solo mode. Right, so I can see the glue has already been setting on this. That one's actually solid. That was a little bit loose. That was a bit loose, but that one's set solid. So we can turn it over. We can have it freestanding. There we go. And we'll get the steps attached. Now the steps literally just place up alongside. Now you can do these, so you could have the steps that side if you wish, because these sections here, I'll show you on the board. These sections here can go either way round on the kit. So it's got the side section, and then it's got an open section. Okay, you can do it that way around, or you can do it the opposite way around. So you can either do it that way or that way. It doesn't really matter. It's up to your own personal preference. I've done it this way, particular reason, because of where this is going. The steps need to be on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly add some glue to the base. We'll add it to the base because that's got a more area of spread that we can use. You don't have to add the steps now if you don't want to. You can leave them loose if you wish. I'm actually going to add a nice helping of the glue for the steps. And I'm literally just going to rest them up alongside it, smearing the glue along the edges. And making sure the last, I'm trying to do this without getting the light, make sure the last checker plate step is level with the platform. There we go. So we'll just leave that in place now. I don't want to touch it. That's spot on, that is. So we'll leave that in place now, and we'll let that dry while I take a look at the chat, and so we can sort of chat amongst ourselves. I'd seen and heard the replacement bell on another channel, Jason Train Freak, excellent. Yeah, very nice, Jason, looking good. After watching his podcast, yes, I like American channels. Hobo Shoestring sounds like my kind of channel, says Finneton Central. Definitely, yes, you need to check it out. Mike Pringle, fantastic channel, the Train Freak, and an awesome personality who knows his stuff. He is such a great chap. I'm very honoured to have come across the channel and got to know Jason. Hey, Ewan, how are you, mate? That is, yes, Ewan is in. Good evening, Ewan. That's Growling of the Blackwood Engage. Good evening, all. A bit late to the party, never late. Drinks are always available. So everyone's saying hi to Ewan now. Right, so it's time for what should we do? What we got left to do, chaps? It's time for refreshments. That's what it is. Right, so let's take that off. So back to me. So yes, it's time for the final part of tonight's show before we head back and have a look at this. And as always, we do obviously 3 shout outs per week. If you want a shout out, then make sure you're in the chat or get in touch with me by email, barnabasjunction@gmail.com. Or if you think of another channel that highly deserves a shout out on the show each week, then you can also please get in touch with me, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with me by private message. Please do so. I'm always open to suggestions on shout outs each week. But if you want to be mentioned as the person that's on the shout out, I can do so. We'll have a chat about that. Not a problem. But yeah, let me know if you've got any recommendations for shout out on the show each week, and we'll look into doing it. Remember, 3 each week. And also Modeler's Moment. This Modeler's Moment is a bit of a last minute suggestion that came in. It came in only a couple of days ago. If it wasn't for this Modeler's Moment, this modeler getting in touch, it was a recommendation for a Modeler's Moment. So you can do that also. If you've got a recommendation for a Modeler's Moment, you can do that also, and then I'll get in touch with them and let them know they've been recommended. And yeah, I've had some photographs and some short video clips sent in, but they sent in that much. It was too much for me to show on it. So what I've done is I've decided to show the videos, because the video clips actually show a lot more than just the photographs, and we can have a chat about them. So it's a couple of minutes worth of video coming up on tonight's Modeler's Moment. But oh, hello, Mark Wilson. Hi, I need a channel started to get a shout out, says Mark Wilson. If you've got a model, you don't necessarily, if you want to be on a Modeler's Moment, you don't have to have a channel. You can just literally nominate or get someone to send stuff off that doesn't have a channel, might not have a social media presence at all for their model railway. Modeler's Moment is also available for people who do not feature their model railways on any form of social media or YouTube platform or anything like that. It's purely an open door to anybody that's got a model railway of any sort. Any size, scale, location, doesn't matter. Anywhere in the world, we welcome you all. Please get in touch with us for Modeler's Moment, barnabasjunction@gmail.com. Right, so without further ado, it is time for this week's Yes, it's time for this week's Modeler's Moment. And as I said, it's quite a special one this week. It was one that came to me only a couple of days ago, as the channel has only been, it does have a YouTube channel. It does have some social media presence, but it's only just opened. This is how new this channel is. And all I can say is the owner of the channel has asked to remain anonymous. Their decision, totally at their discretion, and they're quite willing, available to do that. But we can name them as Mr. X, and we can tell you that the channel is Burton Central. That is the channel name. My moderator Flymo does have the link already for this channel. Now I'm going to bring up this channel on my second screen here to the side of me, purely because I need to keep an eye on it, because this channel is tiny. Literally, I think I was its first subscriber, maybe its second, probably its second, but absolutely fantastic channel. I know this is going to be a stunning layout. So I'm just waiting for it to come up on my screen. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. I heard of Burton Central. Yes, Burton Central, when it does decide. It's Burton Central, right, already. It does have 11 subscribers. It only has one video because that's how new this channel is. So the link will come up in the chat momentarily, and we will be having a discussion about what this channel is about. I have been informed that there is a bit of a specialness about this channel, and it's an 80s era fictitious layout. It will have a suspension bridge on it that I've been told over the middle of a heritage line on the opposite side of what I'm going to show you on these videos, with the main lines going around all the way around. Mr. X built this layout. It was a love of trains. He's had a love of trains for such a long time, most of his life, and he was left a considerable amount by his late granddad. It was his 00 collection, and he wanted to build a layout so he can run many of those in his memory. So this is Mr. X with Burton Central. So I'm just going to drop that off the screen. So it's currently showing at 11 subscribers on my screen. So you know it's a brand new. And so we're going to show the video now and let you have a look at this layout. It's going to be huge. It's going to be brilliant. So let's bring that up. So straight away, we got fantastic terminus layout that's going to be involved. A lot of heritage, old rolling stock, as it mentions. A lot of this, I presume it's going to be DC. As a lot of it's a 00 collection layouts and the products. And yeah, this, look at the size, the width, the work area that the area he's got to work with on this layout is absolutely fantastic. Lots of vintage trains, nice 37s rolling in there. Or is that oh, actually no, it's not. That's a Deltic. It's the 55. They look very much the same, but yeah, this layout is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm really enjoying watching this layout progress into what he has got planned. I want to say is I really think that needs a respray. I'll get rid of that. But you can see it's got its great width. We've got a massive bridge over in the distance there. It's a nice bit of the intercity there, and a lot of the BR Blue. I do like the old BR Blue rolling stock. And yeah, nice big station is going to happen. I'm not sure. He said it's going to be going all the way around, so it won't be a terminus station. It will be going around and around. But yeah, great layout. Please do check it out. I say it's only got one video on its channel at the moment. It's his introduction video. It does feature a lot of those videos that have been sent in tonight. So please do check out this channel. Do select subscribe. You won't be disappointed with this channel. Make sure you click the bell as well, and select all for all notifications. And go on. Obviously, the only way to interact with this channel is to go on to the introduction video, which is the first video on the channel. Give it some thumbs up and comment saying you've heard about it here today. Well done, Mr. X. Looking forward to the future content after hearing about him as a shout out on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. I am absolutely certain that the owner of this channel will be thoroughly enjoying your subscription and will be showing a lot more in the future for the channel. So yeah, please check it out. Giving it a refresh now. Everyone's saying subbed. Nice track work. It's already grown by 10. It's on 21 subscribers. I know there's only been 30 of you here in the chat tonight, but remember, if you're watching this on replay after it's been live, this will go on for quite some time for people to view. It's showing me on the screen 34 of you tuned in tonight. I know there's probably a couple of you that might already be subscribed, including myself. I'm sure if it's like 34, there was 11, maybe we can get him up to 40 subscribers tonight. That would be absolutely fantastic. Please do give it your subscription, and keep an eye on this channel. It's going to be an up and coming great layout, huge layout, and I'd say probably on the size wise, that layout looks like it could be as big as Dean Parks. So yeah, great layout that's well going to come forward with some superb track work, running sessions. If you like your 80s era, that's definitely a channel to check out. I'll keep an eye on the subscriptions on that, but that is tonight's Modeller's Moment. Burton Central. Finnerton Central, thank you on Mr. X's behalf, says Brian of Finnerton Central. Fantastic stuff. Just subscribe, says the Growler. There will be a Christmas update, apparently, says Brian. Oh, right. Okie dokie. So make sure you are subscribed. Click the bell for all notifications to not miss out on the Christmas video. I'm checking it now with your commentary. Jason, says Simon. Fantastic stuff. Hemel says, hi to Oswald Street. Very nice track work, says Train Freak. Yeah, there's some great track work on that. I will agree. Reminds me, in fact, there you go. Growler's just said, reminds me of Dean Park. Yeah, it did. When I first saw that, it reminded me of the early stages of Dean Park. So you never know. It could be the next Dean Park in the making. So make sure you're one of the first subscribers on that channel to say you were there right from the start. So yeah, you go. Flymo is posting links now to everybody's shout outs from tonight. We first started with Digger Evans Model Railway, a shout out now number 1. We started then with, we went on then with second shout out being St. Mary's Church Model Railway. That's Stuart. Great stuff. And obviously we just finished Modeller's Moment, and we also had the Train Freak as third shout out. So great show tonight with great shout outs and a fantastic Modeller's Moment. I'm really looking forward to that. Sorry to blow my own trumpet on that one, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to keeping an eye on that. Let's get over and have a look how the steps are doing. I've been keeping an eye on it drying out as it dries out. So I'm going to keep that on a solo screen. Let's see. That is dried solid. Yeah, that is that's how solid it is. One of the legs is still a bit wobbly. It needs to dry off. That is dried solid. That's how solid it is. I can hold on to it. Excellent. I'm just going to check that. We got one wobbly leg. I don't think it's glued enough, so I think we need a little bit more glue on there. Yeah, it's just underneath. It needs a bit more glue underneath it. That's why I put extra glue to hold them in place. So what I'll do is I need, in fact, you know what I'll do? If I hold on to that and let the weight of it, without breaking it, the weight of itself will hold it in place. Here we go. There we go. That'll hold that in place. Right, so there we go. No, actually, because I want to show it you guys, don't I? There we go then. Ignore the wobbly leg. So they are fragile. Platform access, not platform, relay box, equipment cabinet, platforms. Tonight's kit build. Not sure what next week's is going to be. Maybe we'll do the chain link security fencing. We're not sure. But yeah, fiddly, but will look fantastic once it's in place on the layout. Thank you very much. Now, I know Brian said he wanted to see how this kit goes together, and he's looking at getting it himself. Have you yourselves got yourself set up with any scale model scenery kits that are in for building? Then let me know. Jeff says, I made the Engage version and it was so hard to do. You've done well. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's so hard to do. It's difficult to do in 00. I hate to think how well you've done with an Engage. Send us a photograph. I'd like to see how tiny that one is. That'd be fantastic. Have you got the joining board up now? You in the picture in the Facebook group is Heart Racing, the Growler Blockwood Engage. That's from Flymo to the Growler. And let's have a look at what other people are having to say. People are saying, Leslie Gilpin saying, I'm off now, guys. Thanks, Jason, for a good stream. You're welcome, Leslie. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's been great to have you here. So I think that's about wraps it up for this week. I thank you very much indeed for joining us again for another YouTube Tuesday. One final thing to remind you all is there will be a competition. Do not forget, there is a competition. You need to be watching every week on these streams, because when it comes to competition time, you're going to need to have watched the streams to know what answers you're going to need for entering the competition. So there's another clue on what is coming up, and I'm hoping that will come up during the Christmas period. This is episode 5. We've got a few more episodes to go before we get towards the competition, and yeah, we will hopefully also feature a bit of a running session, a Christmassy running session at some point just before the Christmas period. So yeah, the new Helix is all joined on fly mode. Just ran the first trains on both of the Helix, says the Growler. Great stuff. Good night there, Leslie. Keep well, says fly mode to Leslie. Join the group. Yeah. Hi Jason. Train Freak, just sub to you, says Steve of Route 7 Railway. No bingo. No bingo. No bingo. But yes, also keep an eye out on the MRYCG Facebook group this week. We're a bit delayed on getting this major announcement in the pipeline out to you all. If you are already a member, thank you very much of the MRYCG Facebook group. But yes, stay posted. There is a rather interesting big announcement coming to you all. You may want to get involved in something rather interesting, and we'll be live. So let me take this off before we do go. Thank you all for joining me this week. I'm going to move that out of the way, so we don't need that now. Thank you all for joining me this week. I hope you've battened down the hatches with the weather. I hope you all are staying safe and obviously have a great week. We do have a selection more of kits to go with scale model scenery. We may be looking at doing some of those in the coming weeks, but I do have a lot of other kits from other manufacturers yet to be built, and maybe we might even do a little bit of touch of painting. And as we started the series with painting, and I've got another one to do soon. So yeah, I think we'll get that done again in a coming episode in the future. Right, so yeah, there's the chain link fencing. That's going to be fun. Right, that's about the end of it for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Everybody, please do take care. If you enjoyed the show, give it some thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends and family, dog, rabbits, mice, weasels, whatever you want to share it to. Please do share it out to your all and everybody and everywhere and everyone. I will see you again, same time, same place next week for a next episode of YouTube Tuesday. But until then, please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there in the weather. But best of all, keep on modeling. Bye for now.